Hello everyone, I'm Aida and today I'd like to invite you to explore something we all use every day, social media. In this module, you'll learn how to use social media consciously and effectively to increase your visibility as a patient advocate, connect with like-minded communities and communicate your story. Yes, that place where we spend time scrolling through memes, cat photos, cooking videos and endless debates about whether pineapple belongs on pizza. But beyond the fun and chaos, social media can be a truly powerful tool, especially for patients, carers and health organizations. Social media is no longer just a showcase, it's a window to the world. It allows us to share our stories, connect with people going through similar experiences, and make sure our message has a real impact. Did you know that 9 out of 10 people search for health information online? A large proportion actually trust what they find. That tells us something very clear. If we want our voices to be heard, we need to be where people are looking for information, and that's online. Being online today isn't optional. It's part of how we live, learn and connect. And the numbers speak for themselves. There are over 8 billion people in the world and around 5.24 billion of them are active on social media. That's about 63.9% of the global population. We are also spending more time on social media than ever, an average of 2 hours and 21 minutes every day. In fact, almost 4 out of every 10 minutes we spend online happen on social media. Now, not all platforms are the same. Each one has its own style, rhythm and audience. So, before jumping, it's important to ask ourselves a few key questions. Who am I trying to reach? What do I want to achieve with my online presence? What kind of content do I want to share? Because it's not about being everywhere. It's about being where your message makes sense. And don't worry if some platforms feel unfamiliar. It's all about finding what works best for you and your community. Let's take a quick look at some of the most popular social media platforms. X is great for quick updates and real-time conversations. LinkedIn is ideal for building professional networks and collaborating with experts or institutions. Instagram is perfect for visual storytelling and sharing emotion. Facebook still plays a big role in creating support groups and private communities. YouTube is wonderful for deeper education, interviews and trust building through video. And TikTok, and no, you don't have to dance, is brilliant for reaching younger audiences with quick, friendly messages. Before choosing where to be, define your why. Do you want to raise awareness about a little-known condition? Share reliable information? Support and empower other patients or families? That purpose becomes your compass. It will guide what you post, how you do it, and help you avoid getting lost in the digital noise. Now, let's talk about something that truly transforms communication. Stories. Stories turn facts into human experiences. They help others understand not just what's happening, but how it feels to live through it. For patients, telling your story can be therapeutic. It helps you process what's happened, regain a sense of control, and find meaning in the experience. For those listening, those stories inspire, teach, and connect. The World Health Organization says that personal storytelling is one of the most effective ways to communicate about health because it gives meaning to information and helps people engage emotionally and intellectually. And research backs it up. Messages told through stories are remembered better and are more persuasive than those that are purely factual. Not everything needs to be shared. Before posting, reflect for a moment. Which parts of my experience am I comfortable sharing? Which ones do I prefer to keep private? Sharing your story isn't about exposing everything. It's about using your experience to help others. And if you decide to share something painful, do it with purpose. Focus on what you learned, what helped you, or what message you want to leave behind. A good story has a structure. Start with the context, then share the challenge, explain how you face it, and finish with what you learned or the message you want to give. You can end with a call to action, to learn more, to take part, to share, or to get involved. Combining emotion with trustworthy information makes your message stronger and more memorable. And remember, it's not about dramatizing, it's about transforming pain into meaning. In the digital world, the way you communicate can be the difference between your message being ignored or truly connecting with people. Your voice online isn't just what you say, it's how you say it. Your tone, your attitude, your values, it's your digital personality. It might be friendly, empathetic, professional, inspiring, even a bit humorous. The key is that it feels authentic to you. If one day you sound like a medical journal and the next day like a lifestyle influencer, people will get confused. But when your tone is consistent, people start to trust you. They know what to expect. Building that voice means knowing who you are and being clear about your goals. If you represent a patient association, maybe your tone is empathetic but factual. If you speak from personal experience, you can be direct and open, but still respectful and accurate. And if your aim is to educate or raise awareness, being calm, clear, and accessible will help you to reach more people. Quality over quantity. It's far better to post less often but share something meaningful than to flood your followers with content that no one really connects with. Timing also matters. It's not about guessing, it's about observing when your audience is most active. Generally, on Instagram and TikTok, mornings and early afternoons tend to work best. On LinkedIn, weekdays during work hours. On X, mornings and lunchtime. And on YouTube, midweek afternoons. But test, observe, and adjust. Every community is different. Having an important message means nothing if people can't understand it. If you say gonorrhosis, you might lose your audience halfway through. But if you say knee osteoarthritis, everyone gets it. Plain language doesn't simplify the message. It makes it accessible. And then there's the credibility. In health, trust is everything. Every post you make builds or damages your reputation. So always double-check your sources. Cite organizations like the WHO, Public Health England, or professional medical associations. If you share a study, make sure it comes from a peer-reviewed journal. And if you're sharing your personal story, make it clear that it's your experience, not medical advice. Credibility also means honesty. If you don't know something, say so. If you make a mistake, correct it. People don't trust perfection. They trust authenticity. And transparency matters too. If you're collaborating with an organization, joining a campaign, or if a post is sponsored, mention it. Being open about who supports you builds integrity and strengthens your relationship with your audience. Information is a key part of recovery. A well-informed patient participates actively in their care, makes better decisions, and often achieves better results. The right to information rests on the three pillars. Psychological, because information reduces anxiety and builds confidence. Legal, because most countries recognize it as a right. And ethical, because medical codes demand that patients are properly informed. How should that information be? It should be clear, accurate, understandable, and realistic, without creating false hopes. Patients' information needs also change over time. When symptoms first appear, people look for explanations. During diagnosis, they want to understand what's happening and what options exist. When planning treatment, they need to know the benefits and possible side effects. And after treatment, they look for advice on quality of life and recovery. Here, patient associations play a crucial role. With the support of doctors and experts, they provide reliable materials, guides, and trustworthy resources. They also strengthen the relationship between doctor and patient, improve trust, and promote better care. And beyond that, they represent patients' voices in policy, research, and healthcare decisions. And again, social media can be one of their strongest allies if used responsibly. To help keep social media healthy, here are a few simple habits. Always check official, verified sources. Make sure articles come from reputable or peer-reviewed publications. Distinguish between personal experience and professional advice. Don't share anything you are unsure about. And when you do share reliable content, always credit the source. Let me share a real story that shows what's possible. The campaign Atletas Desconocidos, created for the Spanish Myasthenia Association on International Myasthenia Day, the goal was to shine a light on the strength of people living with myasthenia, a rare chronic neuromuscular disease. We portrayed patients as elite athletes who face extraordinary challenges every day, like climbing stairs or simply standing for a while. The results were incredible. Over 3 million people reached through outdoor media, more than 250,000 video views on social media, and a 30% growth in followers. But more important than the numbers, the campaign broke the stigma often linked to patients being seen with pity, and instead shifted the focus toward empowerment and a spirit of resilience. It humanized the disease, empowered patients, and brought the community together, showing the strength isn't only physical, but also emotional and mental. In the end, social media didn't just spread the message, it created real connection and understanding. I'd like to leave you with a reflection on your own digital presence. Ask yourself, what do I want my presence on social media to say about my cause, my values, or my work? It's not about posting for the sake of it. It's about making sure that every message reflects who you are, what you stand for, and who you want to make a difference. If we communicate with empathy, strategy, credibility, and purpose, our words can change lives. Because in the digital world, our voice has power. And when we use it with intention, authenticity, and heart, that power can change the world. Thank you for watching this training module. I hope it helps you as a patient and a patient representative. For more information, you can also check resources from your patient group from Everybody's Rare Disease Europe or Every Life Foundation for Rare Disease and Empathy Training. Feel free to contact them directly.